Well, time again for truck talk. Ready to run and guns? Time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Time for another truck talk. And I'm probably going to make some people mad. But, you know, you can't please everybody all the time, can you? Techniques. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube for all these different types of techniques. You see all these baits popping up on Instagram, these new trendy baits, and there's a lot of channels out there that push they push their own product, sell stuff, and Randy's one of them. Of course, Fish the Moment, naturally. And, there's a lot of others out there that are pretty much, the rest of them are pretty much entertainment. That's why they get all the views. There's no seriousness to it. I mean, if they actually had a TV show back in the day, they'd have failed. If these guys that do all these technique videos and try to, I don't know, I guess try to bump their views or whatever, but there's even guys on the tournament trail that had these techniques that all these guys on YouTube push. I don't know if there's money involved in it or what's going on, but man, there's just so many different techniques out there now. It's that I quit keeping up with it. I really have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I quit keeping up with it, and there's no reason to, because you got your tried and true stuff. I mean, all these glide baits and different types of realistic looking swim baits and realistic looking crankbaits that are designed to do specific little things. It's a crankbait. All these soft plastics out there that are for different specific techniques and everything. The way I look at it is, you can have all that stuff that you want to. You can keep up with it all that you want to. That's fine. I mean, if that's what you like to do, by all means, please do it. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm turning into a geezer. I don't know. Don't care. You whippersnapper. But people are forgetting the tried and true baits. A jig, a standard worm, spinner baits. A handful of different types of crankbaits. People are forgetting, especially when it comes to crankbaits, they're forgetting the color equation standard of that. I mean, the shallower your crankbait goes, the more color options you have because of light penetration into water. The deeper your bait goes, the less the color variant is. I think a lot of people have forgotten that. Spinner baits. I mean, look at all the different spinner baits that are on the market. And, they're all going to have their own different vibration and everything and all that, but look how many of them disappear. It's interesting to watch baits that are hot, and within a couple of years, they fade away because either the trend has kind of lost its pizzazz, or so many other companies have jumped the bandwagon. A perfect example is a Senko. Senko is not a trendy lure. Senko is a tried and true. If you need to put fish in the boat, it's a Senko. Now there's other companies that also make a Senko product too. I mean, you've got Yum, you've got Strike King, you've got Biz Baits, you've got Mr. Twister. And they're all a little different. And I've always been the kind of guy, if I'm going to throw a particular lure, I like to throw the original. And I do like a Senko. But I will admit, a Senko is a very easy to tear apart lure. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. And just because of the cost of it, you think of different options. And, you know, they all make a good bait. You know, they all make a good Senko type bait, but they're not going to be a Senko. But some of them will have advantages that Senko doesn't have. So you kind of keep your choices open a little bit for something like that, because you can get them to do different things. But getting back to Trendy techniques, you know, drop shot is one of them. Not so much of a technique as it is all the millions of lures you can throw on it. Why? You know, slider fishing. If I'm going to finesse, I'm going to slider fish. Anybody else got a slider system out there? Nope. And that's interesting. How come nobody else has copied slider? That's interesting. That's a technique that has never been here today, gone later today, because it's a specific technique for a specific kind of people. You have a different mindset when you're throwing a slider. You're not just finesse fishing, you're slider fishing. But the glide baits and the swim baits that everybody's like, you know, oh my gosh, you know, and everything, you know, that ain't gonna last. You know, I'm sorry to say that, but it's going to eventually end up getting so expensive that nobody can do it no more. That's the problem with that. I don't know. Just the way I look at it is, I would prefer to stick with the tried and true lures, with maybe one or two oddballs in one particular color. You know, if I'm going to throw a swim bait, myself personally, I would probably choose the Strike King, and I would just choose one size, one color. Nothing big either. Just a typical old swim bait. Nothing fancy. Just meat and taters. Now, is that a high percentage lure for me? Not really. I have caught some good fish on it, but it's not it's not a highly productive bait for me, because I just don't throw it enough. But I do like them. I just don't throw them enough. But I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there on that, because, yeah, I see this stuff all over YouTube and all over Instagram, and I just shake my head. I am not concerned with trying to keep up with it or do videos on it or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. So I guess a new ending for me, which you guys get to witness on this video, I'm going to add on to my ending. And the add-on is, techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep in Yeshua's name. Until next time, fish on.